Follow us around. This is my motorcycle shop. Uh, we specialize in stuff from the 1930s up through the mid to late 70s. Every year, bikes got 10,000 parts, and every year or two, Harley-Davidson changes 200 of them. So we're constantly trying to source out year model specific parts so you guys can finish your bikes. I can't display enough stuff. There's all of this stuff in its own way is cooler than shit. Gas tanks are cool, and cam covers are cool, and saddlebags, and then all of the different bikes. Every one of these things is different. I've got 548 Panheads, every one of them being different, every one. And every year gas tanks seem to change, and the rocker clutches and the brake pedals, and nuts, bolts, and washers is a big day. We've got parkerized hardware, CAD plated hardware, and then we've got used hardware for just bolting stuff together, because you can't put two parts together without nut, bolt, and washer. And sheet metal is important because every guy falls down sooner or later. When they do, they dent the tanks. So I need a new set of tanks, and they usually come in sets. That's usually how we find them. That's usually after we have to sell them. But this is not my oldest machine, but this is a barn fresh 1937 Knucklehead I bought from an old Dutch farmer in eastern South Dakota. It's painted 3 different shades of barn red, and it was painted with a brush. And when he painted the wheels, he didn't even break down the original tires. And the tires are 1930s Firestone gum dip tires, hard as a rock. I'll probably have to cut them off. I have to take them off the rim. This is a restored 1948 Panhead. Got, 4 miles on it. This is a 3-owner 1959 dual glide with 39,000 original miles on it. Original paint, never been restored. This is a 1948 Panhead that was the Harley dealer in Portland, Oregon's personal machine in the 40s. His name was Floyd Payne. In the late 1948, he had his guys install this 1949 Hybrid Glide front end on it, and it's been there ever since. This is an original paint machine with 32,000 original miles on it. This is a restored 1949. This bike was so original that when I got it, I still have the original, the title is still in the original owner's name from 1949. It's never been transferred. This is just a beautiful, beautiful restoration. This one over here is an original paint 1965 FLH. The color is actually hi-fi turquoise, which was a standard color in 62. You had to special order it in 65. In the sunlight, and not with a camera or even in the shop, there's actually a blue and gold tint to the sheet metal. You can see it outside. It's beautiful outside, but it's called hi-fi turquoise and white. I'm the second owner. It's got 8,800 original miles on it. This old black Knuckleheads, one I used to race at the half-mile track in Davenport, Iowa. We've had this thing up to 85 miles an hour on a straightaway, with me asking myself, what the hell are you doing? Track being so hard that when you put your steel shoe down, it would throw sparks. I mean, that clay was hard as a rock. You fall down, you're going to get a broken arm, broken leg, or a broken collarbone. It is flat going to you up. This is my oldest running machine. This is a 1936 Knucklehead, which is the machine that Harley-Davidson is still copying today. First of the overhead valve, first circulating oil system. Harley-Davidson still copies this bike every day. And this was one of the first 36s released by the factory in 1936. We have documentation on that. This bike was sold to the Harley dealer in Walla Walla, who in the 50s sold it to a local customer, and then he in turn sold it to a rich guy in Battleground where I found it. This is a restored 48 we found in an old shed out west of here. Been left to rot for 20 years before I finally acquired it. And it just goes on and on and on. It's just a motorcycle shop. It's one of the last of the real motorcycle shops. And we don't have time anymore to work on customer bikes. And I don't have room for customer bikes anymore. So we just basically have dialed it into just selling parts. And we have a tremendous inventory. And taillights and carburetors and these two rotating showcases are just full of small, rare pieces. Stuff you'll just never ever see again. And even my showcases are old. This one's from the 70s, and this one over here is from the 60s. The neon was so faint that we had to add LED lights to it just so you could actually see what was in there. But so many of the parts that Harley made back in the day are just so flippin' cool. All their old dashes, all their old speedometers, this stuff just had character. Now look at some of the old boxes. The old Delco Remy cutout relay boxes. And the old Harley-Davidson horn boxes. That stuff's it's just too cool. These are what they call skull dashes here. They made these 36, 37, and 38. And these are ultra cool and ultra rare. Original paint, 41,000 original miles, 67 FLH. This is one of the last of the good Harleys. Next year they went to an aluminum oil pump, and then in '69 they sold out. But to find them untouched, makes them really easy to work on. This machine is a 1947 Knucklehead. It's got 22,000 original miles on it. The old boy, the original owner bought it new in Arkansas in 1950, he moved to Oregon. And then it got parked for decades. The next ownership bought it in '82, and then he parked it in '85. And the last year it was tagged was 1985, so this bike sat for 41 years. You should have seen it when we brought it home. It had dirt that thick on it.
Yeah, I bet.
This is my quote chopper. I wanted a panhead that would keep up. And we built this 32 years ago. The only bike out there I had to keep up with was the Evo. So I've got an 80 cubic inch panhead and an Evo chassis with FLT front end extended, soft tail, one model only, soft tail custom tanks, fat boy rear fender. But we built this one, we finished it in 94.
Beautiful.
That's a 49 panhead with sidecar. I tried to buy that from the owner 30 plus years ago before it ever got restored. Ended up buying it from him after he had it restored. That's a real popular bike. I am out in my semi-trailers with my lineless jacket on. It's all in Japanese, so I don't know whether they're complimenting me or cursing me. This is an original paint 57 panhead that was sold to Columbia that I had at that time. And this is a 51 I had at that time. My wife hates this picture. She thinks that they're going to think I live in this trailer. I should have put a mailbox right there. And there's my house, my original paint 56 panhead I had at that time. But we were, this book was written at least 15 years ago. But it's all in Japanese. It's a cool book, and there's some cool pictures and letters in there.